We lived in what they call a kamaboko house. It was a Quonset hut, very simple life. My mother would make Filipino pastries and we would sell that on weekends. My father was a laborer. And so we managed. Then I went on to high school, Waianae High School. During, I think it was my senior year, I started to work on weekends at a farm, picking carnation flowers. So it was really back killer, you know? And I thought to myself, I can't do this for the rest of my life. I have to get an education. You know, I need to do something. I can't do this for the rest of my life. When I decided I really needed to go to college, I needed to somehow reassure my mother particularly, because when I told her I need to go to college, she said, we can't afford it. So I come home with the financial aid scholarship, right? Went to the high school counselor, so I give it to my mom. My mom looks at it and she says, what? They want to know how much your father earned? I said, yes, Ma. I mean, you know, they have to determine whether we qualify. And she said, well, there is no way on earth I'm going to fill that out. It's nobody's business what your father earns. And so I thought, oh, wow, you know, boom, the door's closing. So when my dad came home from work and I said to him, I said, Dad, you know, I really need to go to college. You have to convince my mom that this is something that she would support. And so he said, okay, I'll talk to your mom. And so he came out of the room and he said to me, he said, you're going to college. I said, well, thank you, Dad. Thank you so much. And so with that, I was able to go to college with the scholarship that I got. That really helped. And, you know, so I appreciate that. I really appreciate the people, like I said, who had supported me along the way. And I always thought that one day, when I'm able to give back, this is what I need to do. The way I see it, and even when I worked as a counselor at the community college, at Hilo, when students would come into my office and say, I got a scholarship, they're so excited. And I'm always so happy for them. And then I don't want to put a damper on their joy. But I would say things like, well, you know, one day when you're able to give back, you know, it'll be your time to be a donor so that the next generation of college students can have scholarships, can benefit just the way you are today, benefiting from that. So it's kind of a perpetual thing that I see. And if we don't encourage recipients to do that, things don't really work well. I mean, it'll come to a stop. But the people who, like myself, who have been recipients, I think it's a responsibility to give back when we can. When we get to the point that we can do that, then I think it behooves us to support the next generation of students. I'm a believer in that.
I was in the banking industry and just found that there was something missing in my life. So I decided to take a chance and start off small with my education with a human services certificate. So once I did that, I said, okay, I reassessed and went for my associates. Once I completed that, I decided to continue with my bachelor's in psychology, and I graduated from the University of Hawaii. Hawaii Community College helped me because their hours for their classes were flexible. So I could plan out, do some online classes in addition to night classes. And it was a great experience. I didn't want to take scholarships away from these young students that are graduating from high school and transitioning into college. But our counselor said, hey, you deserve it just as much, to go ahead and try, you know. And oh, I was so excited. To be honest, I was jumping up and down at home. I couldn't believe it, you know, and it's helped me so much to supplement the fees and the tuitions and so forth for school. I'm so grateful that people would reach out and try to help other people within the community, you know, to further education. And it inspired me to want to give back as well. So hopefully, once I'm done with my master's program, I hope to open a scholarship for older, non-traditional students to encourage them to continue their education.
I grew up on the island of Maui. I went to Maui High School. I came from a very small family. It was kind of tough growing up. We did go moving from home to home. However, my parents always pushed me to achieve in school and succeed. So a lot of people told me, why didn't you just start at UH Maui College? You know, you're doing your AA there at Hawaii CC, why don't you do it here? I told them, well, you know, it's an opportunity for me to get off the island. It's an opportunity for me to adventure, you know, to really see how it is to live on my own and experience the college life. And so when I came here to Hawaii CC, I got to stay in the dorms. And so staying in the dorms really allowed me to explore, open my mind, see a lot of different aspects of college and meet a lot of great new people. I made a lot of connections, relationships. I met so many people from around the world. And so that's what I really wanted to do. Along with the Pell Grants, I got those scholarships and I was like, okay, this is really going to help me. And there were scholarships that I actually never heard of at first. So doing the UH system application, that just connects you to so many different scholarships that a lot of people don't know about. And so when I got the notification saying that, hey, you're gonna get this scholarship, I was like, wow, thank you. Like, what did I do to get this, you know? And without those scholarships, I honestly think that I would have maybe needed to stop out for a semester or two to really kind of get my financial stability again. When I think about University of Hawaii and higher education in Hawaii, I don't think of it as a place for students from around the world to come because it's a beautiful place. I think about it as a place where you will learn something. We're in a state in the middle of the ocean. There's a lot to learn about here. After all, we are on an island with 13 different climates. I think a lot of the hands-on activities or assignments and labs are taking place right here at University of Hawaii. There are so many opportunities for students to come here and learn in their specific fields. We have so many different opportunities that a lot of students from other universities don't have. And so that's why I think, you know, higher education in Hawaii is something spectacular.